Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. How are you doing? Join me if you can. How are you this beautiful Friday morning? Hope you are well. Hope you are good. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you are enjoying the summer. Hope you are keeping safe at this time and you are in high spirit of the weekend. Yes, it is Friday, okay? For some people, it's their rest weekend. For some people like me, my work just started, okay? So how are you all doing? I'm going to wait a couple minutes for people to join me, though I didn't put it up in my community page that I'll be coming live, but I just feel the need to do this at this time that I'm available. Good morning, good morning. Join me if you can. Yeah. So as you can see from my topic, um, yeah, as you can see from my topic, let's talk about care worker. Okay, this care job. I want to talk about it, and during the week we saw a video, a very shocking video that was all over the internet about a Nigerian lady who was caught on CCTV abusing a dementia patient. Okay, so because of that video, let us create this video is just to create an awareness. If you are in a care job or you are proposing to seek for a care job, okay, let us enlighten ourselves. This video is just for educational purpose. All right, so let's wait a couple of minutes for people to come in. Come in. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Good morning. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Happy weekend. Good morning to you. Yeah. So, yeah, we can go on now. We want to talk about that video that we saw during the course of the week about a lady that was caught on CCTV. She went for a job and in the residence in the client's home. Yeah, she wasn't aware that there's a CCTV, or she just felt she could just do anything and get away with it. You know, she was recorded. There was this video record of good morning, good morning, thank you. Hello to you. I'm saying hello as well. Good morning to you. So we saw that video of how she maltreated a dementia patient, the man she was supposed to care for, the man she was supposed, to give complete care for. We saw that video of how she handled the man, dragged him on the floor, and all of that. So let us talk, and I don't know if I have it here. If you haven't watched that video, I think I have it here. I just reduced the volume, okay, because the video is not mine, so I don't want. Okay, you see the way she was handling the man. You see the way she was treating the man. Lifting him up and putting him, you see. So yeah, so she was recorded, and that was a video evidence that was used against her in the court. So I think she's in prison. She's having 10, probably maybe 6, maybe 6 weeks or 6 months I didn't really follow the story, you know. It is saddening, it is quite saddening coming from your country home to a new place to work, to seek for greener pasture, and at the end of the day, you are finding yourself in jail. After jail, she won't be able to do any job relating to relating to human, relating to health. She can't do anything else, you know. If she's a licensed nurse, her license will be revoked. She can't take care of people again. She can just look for any other job to do after her jail term. Okay, so let us enlighten ourselves. This video is for educational purpose. The first thing I would like us to know that this care job is not for everyone. The care job, fine, once you are coming into the country, the job that is readily available, that you can never go out of job. If you are saying that you don't want to do a particular care, there is always job in care, in care work. You can never go out of job. But trust me, believe me, it is not for everybody, because it takes, you know, when you're going for training, they will teach you extensively. And the sad thing is that I read that was her first job. That was her first job. You know, probably she wasn't given enough training, or she couldn't just handle it. You know, that was her first job, and she got herself into trouble the way she treated her clients. Okay, so let us talk about this job. Number one thing you should know is that this care job is not for everyone. There are so many jobs you can pick up that you will not get yourself into trouble. We have a warehouse job, you have a sales job, you can work in the store, as you can work as a customer service. You know, if you know you don't have this attribute of a care worker, please don't go into it. Don't get yourself into trouble. You know, it really requires it takes a lot of patience to work with even people, not to talk of people that now lives with dementia, people living with dementia. Remember, the ones had life, good life, the ones lived good life like us, and suddenly it just the dementia just came up, and they cannot just help it. It is not their fault, and it doesn't even come with age. Anybody can have this dementia. It doesn't come with age. And also, let us if you come from Africa, from Nigeria, there are most elderly people also have it back home. But we are not just aware that it is dementia. You know, when you see an elderly woman, you know, saying things that she's not supposed to say, we quickly target like she's an evildoer, she's done so many wicked things, and that is why the evil she's done is witch hunting her back. You know, we don't know that it is dementia. Okay, so it is it's dementia, and it doesn't come with age. Anybody can have this dementia. Okay, when these people, they once have life, they can do things by themselves before, but suddenly there is a decline in their mental ability. There is a decline in their mental ability. That's why they now depend on people to support them. Okay, they now depend on people to support them. That is the word. Okay, when once there is a decline in their mental ability, things they were doing before, they just couldn't do it anymore. You know, they don't understand again whatever you are trying to message, you are trying to pass across to them. They can't communicate effectively. You know, I would liken it to, if you've lost a baby before. Okay, let us take this as a scenario. If you've lost a baby, you know, a baby cannot speak to express himself that this is what I'm going through. Okay, you might just hear the baby crying, feeling some sort of discomfort. It is not left for you to now know, you know, you carry the baby, you check the diapers. If the diapers is wet, that is what is making the baby to be uncomfortable. You change the diapers, or you feel you want to give the baby a warm bath, or you want to cuddle the baby to stop crying. You know, you are the ones that would now look out, because they cannot express, and no baby can express the way he is feeling. Okay, the baby cannot express how is feeling. So if you've done all of that and the baby still continues to cry, then you know that it's time to seek for professional help, for medical help. Probably this child is sick. So let us liken these people we care for as a baby. I'm just using that as a scenario, because they can no longer, it's not their fault, they can't help it again, because they are declined in their mental capacity. What they used to do by themselves, they can no longer do it by themselves, and they want to, you are telling them to do this, they are thinking that the message, the brain is processing it to be another thing. So these are the things you go through if you are in the care job, especially if you work with the vulnerables, as these ones, the ones that's got dementia. And number two, because when I was reading that lady's story, I heard that was her first job. She should have been trained, continuous training on the job. You read up, even after the training, they tell you, they give you scenarios, they'll take you through trainings. Then it is not left for you to read up on what, just brace yourself to face the challenges you're going to encounter on that job. Okay, read up on how do you handle this situation if you find yourself in this situation. How do you handle it if you find yourself in this situation? Because in that video she was saying, oh, come, let me come and have a bath, come and have a wash. She was saying it, and we saw that elderly man doesn't want to. The best thing she could have done was just to record it, prompted for his personal care, but he declined. Okay, record it, and call your supervisor, call whoever you're reporting to, that you are at Mr. Hex's place, and is declining to have a wash. Then that person will advise you on what to do. Like, okay, probably he loves, and you should have read up the care plan. This is how this person supported him. Follow suit. Maybe he loves to listen to music, put on music for him, or give him breakfast first before. Some people will even tell you, no, they don't want to have a wash, and that is it. They have right to refuse. They have right to refuse. So on this job, let us be aware. It is the easiest way to get money, yes, and it is the easiest place to go to a. Okay, so now she's gotten herself into trouble. Okay, so as a care job, it's, people will say, oh, I do the job because of passion, I love the job. More than passion, patience. Patience is highly important. Is one of the major attributes that a care worker should possess. Okay, so let us quickly discuss the attributes of a care worker. I said you have to have patience. Because when you are telling them this, they may not even understand, because they cannot communicate well. The brain is declined, they don't have mental capacity, they may not understand what you are trying to communicate to them. You are saying, oh, do you want to have your breakfast now, and they are thinking of another thing. Okay, so you have to have patience with them. Be patient. You have to put yourself in their shoe, that what if I am in this position? Would I like to be treated this way? Would I like, just show empathy. Put yourself in their shoe, show empathy. Just be kind. Be kind, and it depends on the tone of, the way you would prompt them, the way, carry them along in their care. Let them know that they are important. You don't just bring out a shirt for them. Oh, this is what you are wearing. You say, oh, would you like to have this? Would you like to, so that they feel, they will be happy they'll be happy to continue with whatever support you want to give to them. But I haven't done all of that, and they are still not yielding. They might not be in the good mood when you came in. Let them be. Just make sure you document it. Maybe you're supposed to give him this and that. You're supposed to give him breakfast. You're supposed to give him personal care. You're supposed to, and they don't want anything. You don't force. Okay, you don't force people. they have right to decline. They have right to say no, they don't want it. You cannot just force them. Just document whatsoever and then report it to your supervisor. Report it. That is the important thing. Report it. Let it be aware. So many people, I don't know, probably she didn't want to report. Or I even read that when the man was on the floor, she made a call to her supervisor, and her supervisor said she should call the ambulance for the man. She shouldn't lift the man. But she went ahead to lift the man up from the floor. She's not even considering herself, because lifting him, that man, as big as that, can even hurt her back. You have to take care of yourself, take care of the man. She should have called the ambulance to come and because the way the man slides on the floor, he might have hurt himself or harm himself, or anything can happen. The man's son case said he saw blood and bruises all over her and all of that. She could have just call the ambulance service. They will come in, and then I want to believe if we had called the man, probably the man would not. I learned that the man died later. Okay, so all of that, you have to show empathy when you are doing this care job. You have to show empathy. And when they do, there are days that they're not interested. You are telling them to come for activities, you want to take them out for gardening, to the garden. They may not feel interested. You don't force people, you just let them be. Okay, you can just keep prompting, then you leave them. After a while, you go back, or you tell someone else to do the prompting. And if they don't just want it, just record it that you wanted to support with this and that, and he declined, and then let your superior know what he's up to. Okay, just keep record and report. Okay, report to your superior. They will take it up from there. Okay, as much as possible, we can avoid this kind of scenario. If you're in the care job, or you are planning to go for a care, they recruit people from abroad, the care worker visa, and make sure you are doing proper training. And if, or better still, you could have requested for double up. Okay, if it is tax that you feel you can't do alone, you should have requested for double ups. Okay, there are two people that would go and do that care for that man. By so doing, you will not be pulling. You will not, when two people are involved in that man's care, I think it will be much more easier for the carer. It will be easier for the man. Okay, so let's, as much as possible, let us try to do the right thing on the job. Doing the right thing is very, very important. If she has done the right thing, she wouldn't have landed herself into trouble. And I said this dementia doesn't come with age. It is more pronounced in the elderly, but it doesn't come with age. Some people, younger children having younger adults having dementia, elderly ones having dementia, and there's still no cure yet. It's just being managed. So if you are involved in you have a client that's got dementia, you have to read up their care plan, read up how people that have gone to take care of that man, how they supported him, how he was able to cooperate with his care. Read up. Okay, because it is not their fault that they've got dementia. They don't even know what they're doing, because the mental ability is declined. Okay, they cannot help themselves again. They are not understanding you. They can't communicate. It said the symptoms involve memory loss. They don't even understand until probably something struck them to bring to mind what they've maybe passed, maybe a song. I've seen a couple of the people that's got dementia, when they see a song played, they sing along. It reminded them, oh, I've heard this song before. But it's not all the time that they don't understand. It's not all the time. For sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Okay, and the symptoms of dementia is memory loss, difficulty in concentrating. You may be telling them, oh, sit up. She was saying sit up, let us get your shirt off. And the man wasn't even understanding what she was. At that point, you should know that the man doesn't understand you. She should have left the man and carry on with other tasks, maybe making breakfast for the man. Okay, you know, some people, they may want to have breakfast before they have personal care done. You know, just do what works with that man. If that man doesn't want a particular thing at that point, she should have left the man. You know, she should encourage, you know, but not forcefully trying to give him a bath. For, it's not, you are forcing the man against his will. He doesn't want it at that time, and you are forcing him. It doesn't, you know, it's that, you know, these are the things that could have been is avoidable. Okay, it's avoidable. You know, when they appear to be confused at times, it's not their fault. It's because they've got dementia. They are confused. Some will even tell you, oh, I want this clothes, and you just bought it out from the wardrobe, and they tell you, I want this clothes yesterday, I don't want it. You know, you just keep telling, do you want this, do you want that, you know, would you like to have this, you know, it's not their fault. They are confused at that time. So, you know, these are the things. If you are in a care job, let me just round up quickly. Yeah, if you are in a care job, okay, and you feel, don't just be there because of the money. Okay, don't just be there because of the money. You have to really put your whole into that job. You have to really put your whole into that job. If you feel you yourself, you are not fit to go to work that day, please, if you feel you are not mentally okay to go to work, you can call in, call your agency, call whatsoever, that you are not fit, you are not fit to come to work. You know, instead of you going to work and you transfer aggression onto your clients, you know, can call them, you're not fit to come to work this day, and of course it's fine, they will get someone else to do it. You have to be mentally, you yourself as a caregiver, you have to be mentally stable. You have to be mentally okay before you can support someone else with their care. All right, so you yourself, you have to be okay. Your mind, you have to clear off your mind from anything that you may feel that may be bothering you. Clear off your mind before you go to job, to work. And when you get on the job, you know, give your 100% attention on that job. Read up that client's care plan, what you are there to do. Read up, look at how the previous record, read up the record, look at what you can do to support. If it is what you cannot do by yourself, before you know, you can ask that you will be needing a double up. Okay, if you don't want to work alone, you can request that you need a double up. Okay, I believe if there are two people involved in the care of that man, it will not decline to that point. Okay, so to keep yourself out of trouble, you have to keep yourself safe, keep your residents, keep the clients safe. Okay, so you know, because you can never tell. This lady, her first day of job, her first time of working, her first day of job, you know, you cannot just do anything anyhow in this country, this new place you find yourself. You cannot just, when you are in Rome, you behave like a Roman. When you are in Rome, you have to behave like a Roman. You are here, you behave like someone that lives here now, not whatever habits you developed from where you're coming from. You drop the habits, and yeah, there are rules, there are regulations that guides the job you are doing. Okay, so follow the rules, follow the procedure, the organization's procedure has given you know, the training you got. I want to believe she got a training, because no agency will not just tell someone to go and do a care without properly being trained. Okay, you follow the training that you've been given, and if you have done all of that and you feel that this, just let the man be. Leave the man, record it, report it. Record it and report it. You know, you don't, when you are saying come on and the man is not agreeing, let the man be. You record it and you report it. Okay, record it. Is very, very important that you record. Put it in the record and you report to your supervisor. Okay, let them be aware. All right, don't cover up, don't do any mago on this job. Okay, God will keep helping us. God will keep protecting for us, protecting us. Okay, because you know. Now she will be out of job. She would, I saw that the judge decision. I think I don't know. Maybe it's I think it's 3 months or 6 months. I can't say specifically now. I don't want to give out the wrong details. But I know it's not up to a year. She'll be in prison, not up to a year, and she'll do community service, 50 hours on paid job. And you see, she cannot even do the scared job again. She can't do nursing, she can't do the scared job, anything that's got to do with health, she can't do it. Okay, so let us be careful. Let us be careful. Okay, on this job, we really, 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 really need to be careful. You don't, if you can ask. I keep saying it. There's no one is an island. There's no crime in asking. If you don't know something, you ask. You ask question. Have you worked with this person before? How does the care go? Is he, ask. Ẹ má bo ẹnu yín tó bá gbé yín lọ sí ibi iṣẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú ẹni yẹn rí, and you feel you are not comfortable working, just you tell your supervisor, please, I don't think I can do this job, or can I have a double up? Okay, get a double up. Okay, if you feel you don't want to work alone, you can request for a double another team member, okay, to work with you, so that the two of you would brainstorm, you would share ideas, you would instead of getting into trouble. And if there is anything that happened, if there is any incident that happened, record it and report it. Okay, do not cover it up, because one way or the other it will come to the open. Do not cover it up. Always ask. There's no crime in asking question. Okay, keep till you understand this job better. I think her first job, and she got into trouble. It's quite saddening. It saddens the heart. And it's not something that is good. That's why before you get this job, the easiest job to get, that's the care job. And because the job is always available, but you have to do the right thing. Doing the right thing so that you will not get yourself into trouble. Do the right thing at all times. Do the right thing at all times. And follow the trainings you've received. Follow the training. I know you have been trained. Follow the training your agency gives to you. They tell you, if you have any, if you feel you have a question, always call them to ask that, okay, I've tried this, I've tried that, is not working, what else do you feel I can do? And they will advise you on what to do. And that is it. Just make sure you do the right thing. Make sure you're not getting yourself into problem, because these people, they are vulnerable. It's not their fault. They have lived, they have lived once like us as well. When they were okay, they were doing things for themselves. They don't depend on people to help them. But when they find themselves in the condition that they can't help it, dementia, nobody prays to have it. It just happened like that. And it doesn't even come with age. That is the fearful thing about it. Doesn't come with age. You can't say because of age. We have seen younger people having it too as well. So it can happen to anybody. So when you put yourself in their shoe, that if I'm in this person's position, will I like to be treated this way? I think probably it will also help. And so a lot of patience. When you're working with this kind of people, you have to have a lot of patience. It's not their fault that they can't even communicate. They are not understanding what you are saying. You are saying this, they are processing it the other way. It is not their fault. So you have to have a lot of patience with them. Be patient with them. Follow due process. Do what you ought to do. Do the right thing at the right time. I think I have said it and just re-emphasizing it. So this lady, it's quite sad that she finds herself in that condition. It's avoidable, because it's avoidable. It's unnecessary thing to if you are there to do this thing and the client doesn't want it, you've got a supervisor. Call the supervisor. The supervisor will advise you on what to do. Even when the man was on the floor, she called the supervisor advised her, but she didn't follow the advice. She said, call the ambulance. Don't lift this man up from the floor. Call the Because at that age the man is fragile. He might have broken a bone, or call the ambulance. Let them take this man to the hospital. But I guess you saw the video. She lifted the man. She's not even thinking about herself. In the process of lifting, she can as well hurt herself. So this job, let us be careful. The easiest way to get money, if you are doing this job, one thing is you never go out of job. You will always see someone, any agency, to get you a job. Okay, but let us be careful when we are treating people. Let us treat them with empathy. Let us show them love. Let us care for them like how ours. And let us follow our organization's policy and procedure. Follow the due process. Do the right thing at all times. Okay, so that is what I have to say about that video. So let us be careful when you go for your call. Be careful. If you can request, like I said, if she was a double, like she have a partner working with her, I want to believe the other person will not agree to do the wrong thing. Do you understand? So, and she might be confused because that was her first job. She might be confused on what to do. She can always ask. So ask question. Is not a crime to ask question. If you don't know, you don't know. Nobody's an island. We learn every day. If she doesn't know, she doesn't know. So ask question. Don't assume you know. Don't assume you know when you don't know. Ask question. Is going to help you. So that is my points on that. When I watched that video, this lady, it's somebody's mother, somebody's wife. She's got families, friends that depend on her. She left her country home to another country to fend for herself for a better life. Now she has ended up uh, um, in the jail, and this is not too good. Is what can be avoidable. If she has done the right thing, it would have been a completely different story. So I was even shocked when I heard that she was still working. She got another job in the hospital. Then those hospitals do DBS checks, because once you have a record, it's going to show on your DBS check. Okay, you can't get a job on that DBS, because before you can apply, before any organization can employ you, they have to do DBS check. So I don't know how they missed that she was still working in an hospital. So all this still boils down to uh, doing the right thing on the job. As a care worker, if you really, if you know that you can't do the job, don't force yourself because of the money involved. There are so many jobs you can pick up. There are so many. You can do warehouse job. You can work in the store. You can work as a customer service. There's so many jobs you can do. Don't force yourself to do the job because of the money, because you have to have all the attributes a good care worker should possess. You have to show empathy. You have to be friendly. You have to have good communication skill. You have to even yourself, you have to be happy on the job. If you don't carry your problem, wherever you are bringing it from, to come and transfer on the people you are supposed to care for, leave your problem aside. When you finish your job, then you can go back to the problem. But once you are on that job, you have to give it your all. You have to give it your all. You have to show empathy. You have to love. You have to, treat them with dignity and respect. She was stripping the man in the living room. Do we get stripped ourselves in the living room? No. You know, we do that in the bathroom. She was stripping herself. I think the blind was even open and all of that. Even if you want to give them care in the room, you close the blinds. You know, treat them with dignity and respect. You know, just say, if you were to be in this position, will you be dressing and the blinds opened? No. You know, these are the things you should be able to apply common sense to, you know, and God will keep protecting us. God will keep helping us on the job. In Jesus' name, amen. So, leave me a comment. Can you do this care job? Are you, if you are in the care job, are you doing it? How do you treat your clients? Okay, share your ideas with me. Just I've always said, no one is an island. You know, we learn from one another, and we learn, and my people will see ogbologbo and she ogbo, you know, we will not be used as bad examples. Okay, so till I come your way again. See you. Have a good morning. We are still in the morning. Yes, have a good morning and enjoy the rest of your day. Leave me a comment. Let me. Have I even introduced myself to you formally? My name is Bola. So please, if you like my content, watch my video to the end and remember to click on that subscribe button. Subscribe, like, and share. And I will see you in my next one. Love you. Stay blessed. Bye.